On this week's show, we're talking Daredevil episodes 5 and 6. We're talking Spider-Man casting news, and we're also talking this Marvel announcement that's been going for 3 hours and still going. So we're going to run through it on the episode. I'm your host, Nick.
I'm Anthony.
And welcome to Heroes and Hype. It's been going on forever. It's been going on for 16 hours now at this point. No, it's been going on for 3.
It's been 84 years.
Ever. So, yeah, there's loads to talk about this week. So we are doing Daredevil episode 5 and 6. We'll do a full rundown of that, full review.
With interruptions.
There's been some Spider-Man casting rumours, not necessarily news, but rumours. And then there's this Marvel announcement. So that's the news, basically. We will put timestamps in the description, so if for some reason you want to skip past the 16 hours of Marvel announcements, you can do, but we're still going to interrupt the rest of it with the Marvel announcements
This
as well.
is going to be so jumbled.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. Welcome to Heroes and Hype. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So timestamps in the description. Yeah, it feels like a mess this week, doesn't it?
Chaotic is what I'd say.
Let's do the Marvel announcements.
Okay.
So, there were rumours going around. It started yesterday, and it was on like a random podcast that somebody said there's going to be some Marvel announcement tomorrow.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying it, if I'm really honest. I just thought it was going to be...
I had no idea till you told me, if I'm completely honest.
Well, I just didn't think it would be true. I just thought it was going to be a fake thing, but apparently it's not. So Marvel, I assume it's... What is it? It's still going. We're watching it.
We've literally got it on a laptop
We're
here.
watching it here so we can see the announcements. So we'll interrupt Daredevil and everything else with the announcements. So it's Doomsday casting.
Yes.
I don't actually think it's been officially said that it is Doomsday casting, but we basically got 4 o'clock UK time. I think it was 10 a.m. US time, or one side of the US.
Imagine doing it while everyone's at work, though. That's the thing that gets me, because most people work 9 to 5. Not everybody,
Even in
but
the
as a
US,
general rule, most people work 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So what an unusual way to have done this.
This is the whole thing's unusual. I mean, I'm kind of into it now.
I'm getting more into
but
it.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
At first, I thought, we'll run through the names in a sec. I thought when we got about half an hour in and I realised how this was going to go down, I thought Marvel could have got away with this 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And now people aren't invested enough to sit through
but
this.
I think...
Says me, who's sat through the whole thing.
But I think this is now getting people invested, because we're waiting to see.
I am more excited.
There's been some names on there that have quite excited us.
So the rumour was, though, that this announcement that was coming today is going to be bigger than the Robert Downey Jr. announcement as Doom.
So do you reckon the last name's going to be something insane?
I think we're getting there, though, with some of these names.
Yeah, some of them have already got me quite...
That have been announced.
Yeah.
We'll run through what we've got so far. So
have you got a list on there?
I have got a list on here.
Oh, aren't you good?
Thank you, Matt, on the Discord, because I asked for a list and Matt put a list
Here's
together.
another name.
Oh, hang on. There's another name. This isn't good television, is it? No, I know. But there's a name coming. Fill the gap, Anthony.
Why does it say you?
Sing him a song. Why does it say you?
It
better be an X-Man now, otherwise it's...
Could you imagine? That would be so good. You are...
Oh, someone's bringing the chair. This would have been better on live stream.
James Marsden. So we've got Cyclops.
Knew it was coming.
Amazing.
Right, we'll start from the top. Oh, this is such an absolute shit show of an episode. So we've got Chris Hemsworth. See, when we had Chris Hemsworth, we still didn't know what this was going to be.
Yeah.
We just had Chris Hemsworth. Literally, there was a chair with Chris Hemsworth's name on it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So Chris Hemsworth, Vanessa Kirby, Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, yes, Letitia Wright, Little Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Tenoch Huerta Maya, Eben Moss Bacharach, who is The Thing, Simu Liu, so Shang-Chi's back, Florence Pugh, and then the first name where it all got a bit mental, Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer.
See, that got a little bit nuts, but not completely nuts because we'd seen him recently.
Yeah. But I like that now because it's put us back into those end credit scenes are actually going somewhere potentially.
Yeah.
So,
but were they originally, or did they just decide that?
I don't know, but I feel like that it makes me happier.
Yeah,
because it's now he's now been.
I can see this list finishing in about 3 hours, and then Kevin Feige sitting down and going like, "Right, so we've got the names. Let's make up a story." No idea, but we've promised stuff now.
Could you imagine if it gets to like the last person and it's someone amazing and they're sat in the chair?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, there's been a few ideas on the Discord as well. So I think Matt again, who's put the list together for us, he was saying Scarlett Johansson, the last announcement.
Do you reckon?
Could be anybody. It's going to be big, this, isn't it? I mean, this is
Yeah.
already big. Sorry, we'll carry on. So we had
Okay, sorry.
Kelsey Grammer. That's all right. Kelsey Grammer with Lewis Pullman, who is Sentry from Thunderbolts.
Yes.
So he's not dying. Danny Ramirez.
Hang on. He might die.
He might. Yeah. To be fair, anybody could
Th-
die
this-
before then.
Yeah, this is
'Cause
not.
It's variant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it doesn't mean anyone's safe, kid.
No, nobody's safe. Danny Ramirez. He might be dead. Joseph Quinn.
He might be dead.
David Harbour.
Oh,
See, I could see that happening. Though, to be fair.
Harbour, man.
David Harbour. Winston Duke. Yes.
Yes. M'Baku.
Hannah John Kamen, Ghost, Tom Hiddleston,
We're getting
buzzing.
Loki
I
again.
expected it, but still buzzing. And then it all got really nuts. Patrick Stewart,
Yes. I'm so excited
And
about
then
Patrick Stewart.
a whole other level above.
Yeah.
Not that it's just the fact again we've had Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen is
Ian
back.
McKellen is back.
Magneto.
Well, we think he's back as
Well,
Magneto.
Could you imagine if they were...
Tony Stark.
No, but could you imagine if Patrick and Ian were swapped?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
The thing is,
That'd be really interesting.
Right, we've got Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. And again, we were saying this on the Discord before. Join the Discord if you're not on the Discord.
Yeah,
join
yeah.
the Discord. We'll put a link in the description. Anybody could be playing anybody.
Yeah.
You could literally... Ian McKellen could be Thor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's my idea. It could be anybody.
We could get Richard E. Grant back
Could
again.
be anybody. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we did. So Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, Rebecca Romaine,
God, Alan Cumming.
and then
I love Alan Cumming.
we've just had James Marsden.
Yeah.
Famke's next.
I reckon Famke's next.
I think Famke's next.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going through.
If we get it back as Jean Grey.
Are we though? Right. So now, are we going to get the X-Men? We're not going to finish this tonight. In this
No.
episode. We might do, but I doubt it. Are we going to go through these, and then are we going to get Ewan Griffith, Jessica Alba?
I don't know.
Could do.
Yeah, we could.
Could literally be anybody. Ben Affleck.
Well, we could get Chris Evans, and we're all going to be sat in here going, "Well, is it?
Which one?
Yeah,
Did they do Chris Evans twice?
that would be cool."
Two chairs for Chris Evans, because it's basically telling us but not telling us.
Yeah.
That's it. We don't really know much more than that, other than the fact that these are the names coming up on the screen as we go. But yeah, it's exciting. There's going to be some big names, I assume.
Who do you most want to see back?
What, from like old school?
Yeah.
Like old school, like Foxverse type thing.
Any verse?
Any of it? I don't know. You put me in it. You've probably.
I know. That's why I
just
just threw it out there.
I mean, I didn't particularly like the original Fantastic Four movies,
Yeah.
but just seeing them back would be good.
Yeah.
That dude from Charmed, who you said as Doctor Doom.
Oh yeah.
Potentially
The
potentially see
Cole. I can't remember what his name was.
Cole from Charmed. Wasn't he in like Nip Tuck or something like that as well?
I think so. Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's going to be everybody. We're going to get Toby back. We're going to get Andrew back. We know. There you go. Toby and Andrew.
Oh.
They're going to pop
You
up.
went there. You go. And I
They're
looked
gonna
down and
pop- they're going to be. They must be popping up on here as well.
yeah.
We've not. But the thing is, we're getting like James Marsden. We're getting Rebecca Romaine. We've still not had Holland.
Honnold.
Honnold McDonald. We've not had Holland. We've not had Cumberbatch.
No.
We've not had Wong.
No. We better get Wong.
I'm sure we will get Wong.
Wong's in everything.
We've not had Madison.
I think Wong can now be kind of going for title over Hugh Jackman on same character as
Jackman?
most. Yeah, we haven't had a Hugh Jackman.
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Who else am I thinking? Tatiana Maslany.
Yeah. Channing Tatum.
Channing
We also
Tatum.
haven't had Miss Marvel. I would
We've not.
assume we'd
not had
see her.
Carol.
No.
We've not had Hawkeye. Kate
No.
Bishop.
Yeah.
Anybody from Agatha. We're going to get Catherine Hahn.
Yeah. Oh,
This is going to be
and Elizabeth
everybody.
Olsen, obviously.
Anna Elizabeth.
Oh, and we haven't had Vision. What's his name?
Oh my God, Paul Bettany.
Paul Bettany. Yeah.
Any of the Guardians.
No, none of them.
This is going to go on for a week.
Yeah.
Honestly, this will be edited and out by the time we finish this finishes.
We're definitely going to get Chris Pratt, though.
Yeah, I'll be surprised if we don't get Chris Pratt.
Because it did say he'd be back at the end of Guardians 3.
It did.
Remember when he
It
sat
said
down
Star-Lord.
having breakfast with
The
his dad?
legendary Star-Lord will return,
Spoilers.
it said.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that for the first time since the cinema the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was good. It was dead heavy, though. It is. It's a heavy movie.
It is.
We need to do this. Is going to be better as a live stream, this, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Because we're all over the place.
I
Sorry.
know. Sorry, guys.
Spider-Man casting news. So again, some of this could end up confirming a little bit as well, I suppose. So Daniel RPK's put some news out, and he's basically told us about 3 casting rumors.
Right.
So one is for the female villain for Spider-Man 4. He said that the casting
this.
is 30s to 50s, any ethnicity.
Yeah.
A powerful and imposing figure seeking an actress with strong and commanding screen presence and depth. Negotiation with someone, doesn't say who.
They think it's going to be someone that I've never heard of.
From Succession.
Yeah.
Sarah Snook from Succession.
Yeah.
They're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean character-wise?
But a character.
Silver Sable.
Yeah.
Silver Sable, yeah. I've heard of her. Yeah.
I've never heard of her,
Yeah,
so I don't know who that is.
She's not a baddie. She's quite a big character in the Spider-Man game.
But she's not a baddie?
Yeah, she's like
Is she a bit
anti-hero. Yeah, ish. Yeah. She's like a bit of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
She's like, in the game, she's like a mercenary.
Okay.
Type thing, yeah. The two big bits of news though are he's also saying that they are looking for 2 male roles. One is a resourceful young man in his early 20s,
right,
and then another is 30s to 50s, any ethnicity, a no nonsense authority figure who sees the world in black and white, loyal, determined, and willing to cross lines to maintain order. People are saying Norman and Harry.
Okay.
But I don't know how that's going to work because I thought we'd already established that there wasn't a Norman Osborn.
Well, yeah, that's what.
Or is it again? It's Doomsday.
Do
you know? Yeah, there you
can't
go.
even speak. Spider-Man 4 could be
Defoe?
on Battleworld. Oh my god!
James Franco.
If I just heard that laugh again, oh
so
my
good.
god!
This is going to be brilliant. Defoe's not popping.
We could get Kirsten Dunst.
We could get Kirsten.
We could get our MJ back.
What are you going? Sadie Sink might pop up on this.
Sadie Sink
could pop up. Yeah, I mean, my first instinct, I'll be honest, because I prepped this today, was no, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to be the Osbournes because of like I just went automatically to Ozzy and Sharon. That because you never know. But I didn't think it was going to happen because of the fact that we've not got them in this universe. But it could 100%. It could 100% happen, and it could be new cast. Do you get what I mean? It doesn't have to be like Willem Dafoe and James Franco and stuff like that. But yeah, that's it. As soon as we know more, we might know more in 10 minutes. You never know. Yeah, we'll let you know. It feels like we're rushed into Daredevil, but should we do Daredevil?
Yeah.
Daredevil episode 5 and 6. We are going to keep stopping, so apologies.
That was so quick. Daredevil episode 5 and 6.
Daredevil episode 5 and 6.
I like the title of the 6th episode, by the way.
I don't know what the titles were.
I can't remember now, but I just know that I thought
I'm going to bring up a thing that I don't know about the thing.
No, because I remember thinking, oh, that's good. Remember that for later, and I've forgotten it, but I know that it was.
Let's have a look. Let's IMDb it.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, it's not your fault.
I really liked it. Well, it is my fault.
Daredevil. Tell me what you thought about Daredevil, then go on.
So honestly,
yeah,
I actually really enjoyed that episode 5 was its own episode.
It was filler
because we've had
brilliant filler.
Yeah, because we've had arc so far. I like that we just got a little bit of a break for a moment, and just had that one episode in itself.
No, it was good.
I love that instantly we walk into the bank and we're introduced to Ms. Marvel's dad. Yeah,
Yusuf Khan. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and we'll go through the episode a little bit. But as much as I enjoyed it, 2 things: A, it didn't feel like the rest of the series.
No, it didn't.
It was good.
And do you know what? I've got to admit, I had a little bit of a panic thinking if we get Miss Marvel, the style of them is so different.
Yes.
How are we going to work it in one frame?
Yeah.
So that
part of me was waiting for her to burst into the bank.
Yeah, same.
I was thinking, please don't.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I was the same. Not that I don't want her, because I actually think she's really good.
But you know how it'd be.
Yeah, seeing as I really struggled at the beginning with Miss Marvel, the TV series, I did end up loving it, to be fair. I did end up really enjoying it.
It was good. I loved it as well, yeah.
But the style is so different from Daredevil, because Daredevil's so gritty and hers is so sparkly and shiny, and even just like the saturation on the colours in scenes and stuff, it's so dramatically different. Just trying to combine that visually, I just don't know.
But it wasn't this episode. This episode didn't feel, and I know there was tons of swearing in it, and I know it was a little bit brutal and everything like that, but this episode, to me, I thought it felt like what I think the whole series would have felt like before the reshoots.
Right.
It
Okay.
had a different tone.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
just wasn't as dark and gritty and
It was a bit lighter.
grungy.
but-
It was a bit lighter, and part of that was the filler. I think
Yeah.
the biggest thing for me was, right, I love Daredevil. I love the episode. I love Miss Marvel as well. But the whole Miss
Yeah.
Marvel thing in the first 5 minutes was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
It was so forced.
Yeah.
It felt so shoehorned in. It was just
Yeah.
everything about, and every line that Yusuf had for the first 2 minutes about
Yeah.
his daughter and showing the Funko and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun, but it just didn't. We're
We're
there.
getting another.
It was fun, but it didn't feel like Daredevil.
Is that a Black Panther music?
I don't know. We've got. Whoa, hang on. We've got another name. Why does he keep coming up and saying you?
I don't know. The music's a bit weird, isn't it?
And you can't hear it, but Anthony's dancing to it.
Channing Tatum!
Yes. Get in!
Get in.
Oh my god! There's another one to add to the list. Oh my god!
Here come the Gambit.
With the X-Men.
That's so good.
Oh, buzzing. Is he going to be the same Gambit?
I bloody hope so.
Yeah, so do I. We'll do a recap. We'll do a recap. This is just going to be all over the place.
So excited.
All over the place.
Channing Tatum.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole all the mention of Kamala. Not because I don't like her as a character.
Yeah.
It didn't feel in keeping. It felt shoehorned in. It felt like this. We just need to get another character in here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
And
go
it
what you
felt like
mean.
they were pushing it, and it just felt too false. The rest of the episode though was boss.
Yeah.
I thought to a degree though, what's the point? And that's my thing. I don't really know what there is to talk about in it. There were loads of really good parts. Matt's whole thing all the way through was great.
Yeah.
It hit, and it was there's sort of parallels again between the police thinking they were running it and then the bank robbers saying.
Can I just say, when the bank robber first took off his thing,
yeah,
I genuinely for a second thought it was Colin Farrell.
Yeah, to be fair,
He looks a bit like him. He had an Irish accent.
He does
And
look
I
like
went,
him, yeah.
bullseye. And then I went, oh, I'm getting mixed up because I watched Daredevil last week.
It was good. The bit with the bank vault.
Yeah.
That was a really good touch as well.
Yeah.
Him opening the bank vault and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I really enjoyed the episode in general. but
I did.
It just felt like... See, I'm struggling for things to talk about in the episode, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I suppose we kind of got like the first introduction back to Daredevil when he put the red mask on and chased the dude down the street.
Yes.
That was good. I like the parallels between the police saying that we need to let them think they're in control,
Yeah.
and then the burglars saying we need to let the police think they're
The
in control.
burglars.
The burglars, the robbers, the bank robbers, whatever. The thieves, the scoundrels. Do you think there's more to this episode?
Yes.
Do you?
I think it's to do with the gem.
Yeah, but the gem's still there.
No, I know. But I think there's more to that than meets the
Do you
eye.
think the girl
And I
in
think
there
the
was
girl
boss?
is important. Maybe.
See, I thought by the end that she was the boss, and this was just a shoehorning in Kamala and showing Matt kind of being Daredevil again, but not being Daredevil.
Yeah.
Did you think for a split second, because I did, and I know it's stupid, Infinity Stone?
No.
I did.
I didn't.
I was
for
like,
a second.
no. That was basically my attitude. But it was like 5:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
But yeah, it just didn't feel like the rest of the series.
Yeah.
Episode 6, straight back in.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I get why they've released these 2 episodes
Yes.
together. Because if they just dropped episode 5,
I think there'd have been a lot of hate.
Yeah, I do. I think I'd have been sat there going, "Oh, there we go. That's the point. That's the point where it's dropped off now.
Yeah.
It's gone a bit boring. It's
Yeah.
changed tone and all that sort of stuff." Breakdown series 6, episode 6. Excessive Force.
Excessive force. I liked it.
Excessive Force.
I just liked that title.
Yeah, it
I was
good.
like, we're getting somewhere. Like, that was giving me the hint that there's a bit of a turning point.
It was good.
And I feel like there really was. There was one
Yeah.
moment of acting that absolutely blew me away.
Which one?
And it was with Vincent.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who the guy... Oh, tracksuit guy was back in his office.
Yeah.
did you see his lip like curl?
Mm.
And it was only slight, and it was like 2 or 3 times in that moment.
Yeah.
And it was him holding back his rage, and I felt that so hard, and I was loving it. It was so good.
It was boss that.
Yeah.
Let's do this in a bit more
Okay.
detail. See
Yeah, yeah.
episode 6, because this is the story moving on. Isn't it?
Yes.
So we started with a report from BB,
Yes.
and it was Swordsman. The Swordsman in the basketball court.
Oh yeah.
That's Kate Bishop's stepdad from Hawkeye.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't
he's
realize
back.
that.
We knew he was coming back,
Yeah.
but that's his basically first go back. And when
Okay.
Fisk then went to that fundraiser,
Yeah.
he was talking to him. He was the one who was basically saying,
Right.
watch these people, basically, because these are just... He's pretty much just saying these are as good as the criminals
Yeah.
that you're working with. But yeah, and then we pretty much got back into the conversation, didn't we, about with Fisk and the mafia dude. And the whole episode, this was just the final nail in the coffin with everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This was the turning point for Fisk to going back to Kingpin. It was the turning point for Matt to go basically going back to being Daredevil.
Oh, I loved the whole his suit ripping as he was putting it on because he was gaining the weight again. That was very good.
I told you last week. I was like, he's putting weight back on. He's losing the Kingpin. Do you know what though? The whole thing though,
it's so clever. It is
so
brilliant
clever and so subtle.
Yeah.
He was. They've just done like numerous things to turn him away from being the Kingpin.
It's so good.
It's so clever. We saw. So we got a bit more information about the mural.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, that was quite dark. That one is.
So there's 60 people.
60.
At least 60 people, because there's 5 different bits of
That's
DNA in each one
insane.
of them. So
it's blood mixed with paint mixed with epoxy.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Which is mental.
I thought you were going to tell me what the chemical thing was then.
H2-3CO.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Again, though, this is why this episode felt different to the previous episode.
Yeah.
It was just, I know there were loads of F-bombs in episode 5, but this was the one that just felt like, right, this is getting dead dark now.
Yeah.
Angela came to see Matt.
Yeah.
And basically, do you think she's going to... we're going to see her turn into White Tiger at some point?
Yeah. The niece.
In this series?
Yeah.
This series?
I think so.
Do you?
I reckon we'll at least see her suit up even if we don't see her actually do anything.
Maybe at the end of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that potentially.
But yeah, they're clearly setting up that story.
Yeah.
That she's going to take over.
That's it, yeah. So
it is still making me question who does have the amulet.
Okay, yeah. I think it must be her.
Do you reckon?
I mean, it must have gone to family or something. There's no way
just
Matt's
the way
gonna keep
she's...
everything.
I know, yeah. It's just the way she said, no one else is looking out for me, I'll do it myself kind of thing.
And that's why I thought...
And I think if we were following out, the next thing we'd see is a training montage.
I did, yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. So she came to see Matt, and again, this is the turning point for Matt. So she came to see Matt and basically said Hector was following this up. People are going missing. And we're skipping a little bit, but after Fisk finds out about the mural, Cherry comes to see Matt and basically says, I've been speaking to the police, this is what's happened.
Yeah.
And then Matt says, how many people? And he tells him 60. And you can just see the look on Matt's face. It's like, I've let this happen.
Yeah.
If I was still Daredevil,
I'd have nipped this in the bud already.
I've tried to do everything above board. I've tried to do it all legally through the system and everything like that.
Yeah. And now 60 people are dead.
None of it matters. 60 people are dead. Yeah. At the same time, when he's having that realization, Fisk's going to this benefit.
Yeah.
And that's why we see Swordsman again.
Yeah.
And basically, no one there is believing that he's out to do the best for the city.
Yeah.
At all. They're all basically just...
And they were quite...
They were very abrupt
rude about it.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked at that, to be honest, because even when you don't like a politician, there's a certain etiquette that you usually have at those types of functions.
Yeah.
And there was none of that there.
But I still think he wanted to do it the right way.
I think he does.
Genuinely,
I think he's just finding it harder and harder.
Yeah, I think he did. And I think the point of that was he's gone there. He's tried to do everything above board.
It's giving me a bit of Dexter vibes at this point.
In what way?
Like, he's trying to do his best
to fight,
but he has this dark passenger that's...
I think it's that. I like the dark passenger thing, yeah. I think it's that, but I think it's also... This is the realization that, like, he's been down here.
Yeah.
Like, all the scumbags and everything like that.
Yeah.
And he's run them. And he's now worked his way right up to the very top. He's at the top. He's at the peak of society now at this stage, and he's gone in there, and they're all as bad as the people at the bottom.
Yeah, they just have
And
money.
they've just got money, yeah, and he's still not getting what he wants. And to do it,
I
he's going
think
to have
it's
to be a
made-
bit of a bastard.
I think it's made him realise that he's not happy.
I think it has, but I think it's also made him realise that either way I do this, whether I'm the mayor or I'm down here running the criminal gang,
Yeah.
I'm still going to have to get my hands dirty.
Yeah.
And I might as well just do it down here, basically. And
Yeah.
again, you see that descent down the staircase
Yeah,
at the end into what he's doing. And then that's basically where we start getting the turn. We see does somebody ring Matt? Oh yeah, Hector's wife or Hector's sister
yeah.
phones
Oh
Matt.
yeah, because she says that Angela's missing.
Yeah, and says Angela's
Yeah.
missing. And then Matt picks up the phone and dials 911. And then they
Yeah.
answer, and then he just goes, fuck it. And just puts the phone
Yeah.
down. Yeah, and just goes and masks up straight away.
Yeah.
Was it a black suit or a red suit?
No, it was a red suit.
Was it a red suit?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
I'm dead colourblind, so I can't tell. I was sitting there, rewound.
No, it was a red
rewound
suit, and I was like,
Clicked back a couple
I was
of
looking forward
times,
to
and I
the
was like,
black
is
suit.
it black or red? Mega. Finally got the suit up.
Yeah.
Finally got the suit up. Finally got Daredevil back.
I feel like it happened quite quick though.
Did you think? Would
Do you know what I mean?
More to the suit up
Yeah.
scene?
I
Or
thought,
just
yeah,
be a little bit slower. I know. I suppose I get what you mean. I did think that.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't think.
I
It
don't
was
mean
an
too fast
anticlimax.
as in like episode wise. I just mean from him going fuck it to then
Jumping across rooftop.
yeah.
I thought
And I
the
was like,
same, yeah.
I thought we were going to get those close ups of the,
What,
putting
like
the belt on,
yeah,
the
bat nipples,
yeah,
all that sort of
yeah.
stuff. But we
Seeing a
can't-
horn.
I know, but
You know.
I kind of feel like we got that last week. We got him. We got.
Yeah,
if
I
we'd
know,
done
I
it
get
to
what you
this-
mean.
I agree.
I
I
get what
thought
you mean.
exactly the same
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But then looking back, I think if we'd seen him go back up those stairs, opening the thing, looking through
Yeah.
the suits, getting the belly clubs out, and everything like that again.
Yeah.
Apart from the scene him getting dressed,
Yeah.
we did have that last week.
Yeah.
So I think they've basically jumped straight back into it.
Mm.
But and again, you got to think as well. When this was probably being written and produced, it probably wasn't planned then at that stage that they were going to do 5 and 6 together. So
No.
they've probably thought, well, we've already teased it and gone back. They've basically been doing this all series, haven't they? Going like 2 steps
Yeah.
forward, 1 step back. And I think that's enough to show that suit up sequence, if you get what I mean. For him
No, I get you.
to go
Yeah.
straight into it. At the same time, because we'll get to the fights. At the same time, Fisk, as well as obviously losing it, like at the benefit and just thinking this is the way, this is what I've done,
Yeah.
or what the way I've got to go. He establishes this anti-vigilante task force with all the.
Oh my
different
god. Yeah.
That's
I
gonna
forgot
go.
about that.
So this
That's
is going to
be insane.
again. I think it was
Right. So this is where I reckon we're going to get a showdown
go on.
of a line of vigilantes and a line of that
Anti-vigilante.
task force.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get that. I think there's going to be one big massive street brawl essentially,
Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
where they all line up against each other and just
Yeah.
go balls to the wall basically.
Right, okay, here we go. So
And that's going to
Frank-
happen at Red Hook.
yeah, because there was a few more mentions of Red Hook, wasn't there?
Yeah.
This thingy, but we still
With
don't
it being
know
this
what's
black
going.
spot, I just think that it's setting up for a big fight there.
I know what you mean. I think we're gonna get Frank back for this. Obviously, you waiting for another name to pop up.
I just looked at Channing Tatum's name again and got really happy.
I think we're gonna get Frank back for
Yeah.
this battle.
Yeah.
There's been a few clips and images of future episodes coming up,
Yeah.
and there is Bullseye in those images.
Okay.
So Bullseye, which makes sense, he's going to get
Yeah.
out, isn't he? That's not the last we're going to see of Dex. When he comes back and he's out of this, where's he going to be on the lines of this fight?
I don't.
Is he going to be leading the anti-vigilante cops, or is he going to be reluctantly fighting with Punisher and Matt?
I don't know.
Because I don't think Punisher and Matt would want to do it, would want to fight with it. But if you've got a bunch of anti-vigilante cops who have basically got no rules anymore,
You've just got to take the help you'll get.
are they just?
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
going to be like one of these things where it's like
I don't know.
truce for this half an hour while we basically stop ourselves getting murdered and these vigilante punishers taking over the city?
We've got music.
We've got music.
That's
Is it?
chirpy music.
It's very chirpy. Anthony doing interpretive dance.
No. Who's it going to be?
Spider-Man. That feels
It could be Spider-Man-y.
That's got to be Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield. Don't know yet. Why does it keep coming up and saying you?
I don't know. Pedro
Pedro
Pascal.
Pascal.
Okay. We knew that
Not
one
that
was
I'm not
coming.
excited, but I would have been
Yeah.
more surprised if his name wasn't on it. So we now got the full Fantastic Four.
Yes, that's all four of
Do you
them.
think we're going to go back to X-Men? Because we've just had literally a slew of X-Men, haven't we?
Yeah.
And now we've stopped the X-Men. I mean, that's
think-
still really good.
I think they're breaking it up a little bit because if we just keep bulking it, we're gonna have just a load of people that we're expecting.
Yeah.
And I think
We're gonna be like, this is
that'll
taking
bring
us-
it down a bit.
Yeah.
So I think if you get 3 people in a row that you knew for definite you were going to get no matter what,
Yeah.
because even like
Like we were saying, it's definitely going to be Famke next. And
Yeah.
Now you go in, maybe Famke's not going to be in it.
yeah.
Yeah. Whereas if they do
Well, she
Pedro
could be.
Pascal,
Her name could come up in 3.
if they do Pedro
Features.
Pascal and then they do Chris Pratt and then they do Tom Holland and then they throw Famke out,
Yeah.
really surprised
Exactly,
again. Yeah,
exactly.
Clever. Yeah, I know what they're doing. I get it.
That's what I'd be doing.
Okay, sound.
Okay.
Back to Daredevil.
Sorry, yeah.
So no, it's still sorry. It's this is it, isn't it? Marvel chose to do a 16-hour reveal of the cast. We've got. Okay, so we've got this basically the final battle now. 2 final battles. Basically, them becoming.
There's going to be those, and there's going to be
leaning back into it. No, I mean in this episode.
Yeah.
So we've got Matt going to face Muse.
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah.
We've got Matt facing Muse, and then we've got Fisk facing Adam, kind of, with an axe. Let's talk about Fisk and Matt and Adam then. So
It was scary. He was very, very scary, and I love to hate him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't hate him.
No, I don't. No, but
I'm like, go ahead, get him.
No, but I don't know. I just think he's a brilliant villain, but he's somebody that you can kind of empathize with.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And they've got the balance perfect with that. You know, we for many, many years we talked about the Marvel villain problem, didn't we?
Yeah, exactly.
And I feel like they've got him perfect, which is why it was such a good decision.
I know, yeah,
to bring him back.
And I think he's a rarity as well. And
yeah,
it just shows how good he is at what he does. Because when we were going into this, a little bit of me before we got to the start of the series was like, oh, is Kingpin really going to be the baddie again?
Yeah.
Because we had 3 series of him being the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he was the bad guy in Echo. And he was the bad guy in Hawkeye. And it's like, we really not got anything else to do. And that is completely against the Marvel villain problem that they've had in the past, because it's like one and done. I just want more Kingpin. I'm happy with
I
series
love
of him being the villain.
As much as I love villains being defeated, I love when there's the odd couple that just keep coming back for more.
Hiddleston.
Yeah,
that sort of thing. Thanos.
Yeah.
That's it. The fact that he gave Adam the axe,
yes,
rather than just because he wasn't,
and that just made me think Psycho, and I love it.
Yeah, but it was. I think, Psycho. But I also think he was trying to prove to himself that he still had it.
Yeah.
Because he said, as a kid, I used to fight guys like 3 times my size and all that sort of stuff.
And Adam's obviously half his size.
Yeah, so then he gives him the axe, and I think this is like
level playing field.
Have I lost being Kingpin, or can I still do this? So I'm going to attack this dude with bare hands, and he's got an axe. Literally cut him up.
Yeah.
And he's just going to town on him.
Yeah.
And he's not killed him.
No.
He's just going to... dude's going to get beaten up every week. Honestly.
It was so good.
Meanwhile, we've got Matt facing Muse. Matt finally losing it as Daredevil, kicking the crap out of this dude.
It was so good.
The whole way that he was doing it, though, like the screaming, like as he's like beating this guy to a pulp. Muse held his own, though.
Muse did hold his own,
which surprised me.
Yeah,
because it's still making me question who he is.
Yes.
I think the general idea is that he is this dude from Wednesday, Hunter somebody.
Okay.
Because in fact, I might have Hunter Doohan is on my screen now. Because Hunter Doohan isn't in these episodes.
Okay.
Muse is.
Yeah.
But Hunter Doohan is credited as a guest star.
Right.
Yeah. So it must be.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm still not going to ruin it. Remember I said I did a bit of reading on Muse?
Oh, yeah.
I'm still not going to ruin it because I'm not 100% convinced it's not going to happen, but I'm
Okay.
99% certain it's not going to happen. But we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
I thought there were a couple of moments where I think it was like trying to get you to think like Daredevil's going to pop up now or something like that.
Yeah.
Like when he injected her and then he holds the thing up to stab into her.
Yeah.
I was like, Matt's going to come bursting through the door now. Something's going to happen to do this, and he's going to. But then he stabbed her, and he did. I also thought at some point, well, I think I thought it before he injected her. I thought like when he was like getting her ready to like start doing whatever he's going to do to her, he was gonna like open her top or something like a jacket, and the amulet was going to be sat there. And the eyes had opened, and she kicked the shit out of him, sort of thing. Part of me did think that was coming. I thought it was
I think so. What I think is happening now is I think she went away from the office being like, if no one's going to help me, I'm going to do it myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think that this brush with death is going to make her go, I need to learn to protect myself.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it's going to go for her. So that's why I think she will.
And I think Matt's probably also going to be like, I need to let her learn how to protect herself.
I think he's going to go down the route of, if she's going to do this with my help or not, I'd rather her have my help.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
So
he's going to train her.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced it's going to be this series, though. I think it's more likely to be next.
Yeah.
Series Daredevil Born Again Series 2. Is it technically Series 2? Matt got lost in it. That's the only other thing I'd say.
Yeah.
Because a couple of times I was like, you need to get her. She's having the blood literally sucked out of her body, and you're beating the crap out of this dude.
And that's obviously because he had the heartbeat slowing down. I think he just had 60 people in his head that have died.
Yeah, and this guy,
and he needs to stop him.
Yeah, and then he paid the price because when he eventually did let him go, he's done a runner.
Yeah,
and he's got away. Where do we think it's going? Other than the big vigilante Punisher cop war thing.
I've got a feeling that Muse is going to use the distraction to his advantage. Yeah.
Sound.
I reckon he'll use that to his advantage.
Okay.
And I think he's going to try and pull off something big.
Okay.
I think he's going to go for something on Kingpin's building.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I reckon he'll do a mural. I think he's actually going to pin people up.
Yeah.
On the building.
Yeah,
like a full on.
Well,
no mural. Well, a mural, but I reckon he'll actually use the bodies of the people
that's
in
where
it.
It goes in the comics.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never watched the.
Yeah. He starts building sculptures, I believe, in the comics. This is already vastly different from what I've read in the comics, to be fair. But yeah, I think you're right. I think that's probably the way he's going to go. He's going to take it to that next level.
I think that the fight may be interrupted by Daredevil realizing that Muse is doing something.
Yeah.
And I think we might have Daredevil disappear from the big fight to deal with Muse.
Oh, you mean while the vigilante? You think it's all going to go down at the same time?
I think he's going to be pulled in a few different directions, yeah.
Yeah, potentially, yeah. Well,
and I think the whole idea is that he can't save everyone.
Well, what? Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? He can't do.
Yeah.
And we've seen a little bit of that in this episode already. He can't do everything. We've only got 3 episodes left.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're probably right, because I was thinking like, I think there's enough time left to do it to finish the whole Muse storyline and then start the anti-vigilante. That's right, isn't it? Anti-vigilante?
Yeah,
that's really difficult to say.
Yeah.
And start that whole storyline. I think there's too much. I think it's too much to do in
3
episodes. They could carry the anti-vigilante storyline over into the series 2.
They could,
but I think it's gonna lead to getting wrapped up in this series.
Yeah,
it's gone. I feel like nothing's happened.
Okay, right.
Nothing major's happened. Go on.
Here's my theory. So I think we're going to get all of this.
Okay.
He's going to chase Muse.
Yeah.
And I think Muse is going to go for, what's her name? Vanessa.
Heather. Yeah. Matt's girlfriend.
No.
Vanessa Fisk.
I think he's going to go for Vanessa.
Okay, yeah. He's clearly got a vendetta against Fisk.
Yeah.
Because everything he's making is like anti-Fisk.
Which is why I think he'll go for Vanessa.
Yeah.
Not realizing that she.
Okay.
And I think. I don't
she
think.
Can hold her own, and she's basically.
I don't think Daredevil's going to get Muse. I think it's going to be Vanessa.
That'd be wicked.
I think he's going to have not realised what he's got himself into. But I do think Daredevil will be there and see it.
Right, okay.
And that's going to make me think that he goes mental. Because...
Who Daredevil does?
Yeah. So I think she'll kill Muse.
Okay.
I think she'll push him out of a window from the building.
Okay.
That's where my head's going right
That's
now.
fine, yeah.
So we'll have the mural on the building. We'll have him going for Vanessa.
Yeah.
There'll be a fight. I think she will hold her own. I think she will have...
Do you reckon, though, after, like, how much of a... How he held up against Matt?
I think we'll be surprised at Vanessa.
Okay.
Don't forget, there's been a big gap
No, I
here.
know. I appreciate that.
And she's had to hold her own while Fisk's been in prison and stuff.
I know.
So, I think it's going to be a case of essentially her pushing him out of a window.
Okay.
And I think he's going to see red for the fact that he wanted to stop Muse and he's failed and she's done it. But he's also aware that she is working with Fisk.
Yeah.
Or
the
only other way is Muse and Vanessa go together, Daredevil's there, and Fisk thinks that Daredevil has killed Vanessa.
See, I'm still not convinced that Fisk's not going to kill Vanessa or put her in prison.
Do you think?
Yeah. I still think that's possibly the way it's going to go. And I could see the anti-vigilante team being the ones to take out Muse. Because they're after the masks.
Mm.
So, but this is good.
Yeah.
There's so many ways it can go. And
Yeah.
there's not that many episodes. When you think we're 6 episodes in,
Yeah.
and not much has happened by way of the story. It's all been laying the groundwork, but not in a boring way. At no point have I felt bored.
Yeah.
Even in the filler episode, best filler episode ever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know where it's going. Somebody we didn't see much of is Daniel in this episode. Daniel Blake.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
The young lad who's with
Oh,
Fisk.
yeah, no, we
not
haven't.
really seen much of him. So we said last week that maybe he was Muse.
Yeah.
That didn't go down well.
Oh, didn't it?
No, not in a nasty way, but yeah, people again. It's the fact that the fact that Hunter Doing is like credited in episode 4.
Right, yeah.
But we've spoken to a couple of people a couple of listeners on Threads who basically came up with ideas as to who they think Daniel is, because there's definitely more to him, but I don't think he is Muse.
It's got to be.
We've
got another sound.
Hang on, we'll get to.
Oh, this one's dark.
Oh, it's Avengers.
Do you reckon this is Chris Evans?
Mate, I'll go nuts if it's Chris Evans. Silence.
Because we've had Anthony
This isn't
Mackie.
entertaining. I know, sorry.
So I'm just
And we've
trying
had
to think.
Stan.
We have, yeah. So I'd say
Nothing's
it'd
happening.
have to be. It's going to move now.
Is it?
Could you imagine if it didn't and they were just like, oh, sorry,
Forgot the
audio
chair.
came in
Wrong
too
chair.
early. I think if you're playing the Avengers music. I mean, to be fair, we haven't had Mark Ruffalo yet.
We've had loads of Avengers.
Yeah, no, I know.
Hawkeye?
I know, but I do think like that music specifically, that makes you go to Captain America or Iron Man, doesn't it?
This is a long intro to whoever this is.
It's speaking again for some weird reason.
I feel like we need to do an episode.
I don't know who this
just
is going to be.
wrap this up.
Yeah.
You?
It's you.
It's you.
It's me.
It's me.
Guys, I'm in Doomsday. Surprise.
Who is it?
I have no clue. Oh, they're milking this one, aren't
Ah, sorry guys. This
they?
is
Sorry,
boring
guys.
to
Yeah,
watch,
this
I
is.
know. Who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be?
We know Pedro Pascal. I still can't get over Channing Tatum.
I can't go over
It's
Channing
gonna be
Tatum. It is
so
really
good.
good.
What?
This is stressing me out
This
a little
is
bit
doing
now.
my
Why
thing.
is it taking so
I
long?
don't know. Should we just carry on?
Yeah.
Oh. No, someone's coming. If this is something really crap. Whoa, the door's
wait.
opening.
What is happening?
This isn't just a new
What's
chair.
going on?
Is that it, though? What's happening?
I feel sick.
So we've got maybe all the chairs now.
No.
What time is it?
Someone's walking in.
It's been 4.5 hours, so we've got all the chairs.
Someone's walking
I
in.
know. The last chair was Pedro Pascal. It's like an aircraft hangar, this, isn't it? So the door opened at the very start for
Did it?
the Thor chair.
Right.
And now it's been shut ever since. And now it's opened again, and someone is walking down in a suit. Is that Taika?
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr. And it is RDJ.
Yeah.
Where's Holland?
What does that mean?
Is that it? So it's done.
But there's loads of people missing.
This is the most all over the place episode we've ever done.
So, what does that mean?
I don't know. It just said shh. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what it means. I don't know what it means. I'm just looking at a new Avengers Doomsday logo. It says now in production, which we know. I've got so many questions.
So many people missing.
Like so many people. Is that it?
It looks like it.
That's us.
Well,
that's it.
I don't know how I feel about it.
No, I don't know how I feel about it now. Let's finish.
Everyone thought we were going to get 50 to 60 names.
Yeah. Let's finish Daredevil and we'll come back. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
I just feel like it's a random selection of names.
Yeah.
Right. So
there you go. It's ended.
It's finished. It's over. Okay. So
Okay.
We'll come back to it. So, yeah, Daniel Blake, on Threads, Bobby Reed's Comics said, I think he could potentially become a version of the Rose, which is an alias used by multiple people, most notably Richard Fisk, the son of the Kingpin. In the comics, he operates as a masked crime boss, often opposing both his father and Spider-Man.
Okay.
Could be I wouldn't be surprised if he was like secret love child of Fisk.
With who?
I don't know. Well, it doesn't have to be Vanessa. It could be anybody.
No, I get that.
When a man and a woman are in love.
Imagine if it was his and what's her name? Who's the woman?
Famke Janssen.
No, the woman that was putting together the Thunderbolts.
What, Val?
Yeah.
Where's Val?
Where's Val? No, but imagine.
Yeah, it could be anybody.
Yeah.
We still don't know who's Val's boss is. I like that one. And then somebody else, Cassius Clayface 1 has said, I think he might be Wesley's son. So Wesley from the first couple of series of Daredevil, which he was basically his right-hand man with the glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Could be him.
People say Wesley and I think of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
Remember Wes?
Not the same person, but kind of the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
It could be because he died, didn't he? Karen shot him.
Yes.
While he was working for Fisk, so maybe he's just thinking, I want revenge, basically. Yeah, potentially.
Maybe he was going for her and that's when Bullseye was going for her and that's, Bullseye never misses, but then Foggy being shot. That was all I was thinking because she was there and she just didn't get hit.
Yeah. He didn't shoot her?
No, I know.
What are we talking about? What's happening? Are we talking about the start of Daredevil?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's fine.
Because that's what I was going to say, because I thought, oh my God, maybe they were going for her, but it was Bullseye that executed it, so there'd be no chance that he'd miss. Sorry. I was correcting myself as I was going along, sorry.
But it could have been him who hired Bullseye.
Yeah.
We're saying it might have been Vanessa, but it could have been him. Sound. So should we see what listeners think? Should we pod fans assemble?
Yeah. So we started with the usual poll to see what you thought about episodes.
Wait till you see the results of the poll.
5 and 6.
I've seen them. Spoilers.
So 0% hated it.
Yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
0% said it was okay.
Yeah.
Which means we actually got 100% of love.
And we got more votes than we've had since the start of the series as well.
That's crazy.
We've got them on Threads, and we got about the same amount on Twitter as well.
Amazing.
But I just put one of them on because they were all 100%.
Were they?
Yeah, everything was 100%.
That's mental, that.
Yeah.
Especially because I thought episode 5 would have got the most hate.
Yeah, but I think it was
needed.
It was
in a way
more lighthearted.
Yeah.
But I think that was good.
I feel like it gave us a chance to take a breath.
I think 2 episodes of episode 6 would have been dead heavy,
Yeah.
especially when I watch it at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's not great.
Oh, yeah. I don't know how you do it that early.
This isn't it?
So Ken said episode 5 is a banger. My favourite episode of the season. I'm on 6 as I type this. Matt being brainy and brutal and slick, all while being wholesome, is a really amazing piece of acting from Charlie Cox, 9 out of 10.
Amazing.
And then he followed up with, so episode 6 is also really good. The duality we've seen between Fisk and Matt is once again central to the story. It's really a villain of the week story with threaded season arc things going on, which I liked a lot, especially the last 15 minutes. 7.5 out of 10 on that one.
It felt really quick, the episode, especially the last 15 minutes.
It did.
Flew by.
And Geeky Nate messages and said, my thoughts, solid 2 episodes, loved episodes 5 Bank Heist and the link to the Khans. It really grounded the show in the MCU and gives us a timing of the show, aka during the Marvel's post-credit scene with Kamala hiring Kate, setting up the Young Avengers.
Yeah, and that links because Yusuf said she was in California.
Yeah. Episode 6 was incredible. I called it on both Matt and Fisk going back to form, and the end fight scene duality was really good. I just hope we don't lose the solid lore scenes going forward.
I don't think we will, but I'll miss it.
I don't think we will.
I didn't even think about it, but yeah, I do kind of miss the all the lore bits.
100%.
The courtroom drama. It'll be back.
Yeah,
it'll be back. Someone's gonna get done. We normally wrap up there, but let's talk about Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Avengers Doomsday.
So what the hell?
What was that? What on earth was that?
So we've really got a mismatch mix there.
A what? Say that 3 times fast.
A mismatch mix.
Mismatch mix.
No, but you get what I mean, don't you?
Yeah. So let's get right.
I don't feel like that's the full announcement of everybody.
I don't feel like it can possibly be the full announcement of everybody.
There's no way.
Just to reiterate, let's go back to this because I'll clip this anyway. So we started off with the door 4 o'clock. That's taken 4.5 hours. That
for 24 names,
but I'm not counting them. 4.5 hours that's taken. So we started off with like a hangar, doors opened.
Yeah.
Somebody walked up and dumped the Chris Hemsworth chair.
Yeah.
I assume it's supposed to have been Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
He's dumped the Chris Hemsworth chair. And we just had Chris Hemsworth on screen for like 13 minutes, I think it was.
Right.
Not knowing what's going on. So I thought we're going to get like a Thor 5 announcement.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been good. Thor 5 announcement in like an hour. And then the chairs started keep coming every 10 or so minutes. So we got Hemsworth, we got Vanessa Kirby, we got Anthony Mackie, Sebastian Stan, Letitia Wright, Paul Rudd, Wyatt Russell, Tenoch Huerta, Eben Moss Backrack, Simu Liu, Florence Pugh, Kelsey Grammer, Lewis Pullman, Danny Ramirez, Joseph Quinn, the accountant, David Harbour, Winston Duke, Hannah John Kamen, Tom Hiddleston, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, Alan Cumming, Rebecca Romaine, James Marsden, Channing Tatum, Pedro Pascal, and Robert Downey Jr.
I think that's 28.
What are you counting?
Alan Cummings was 22.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah, 28, 24, 26, 27. I lost count. It's dead little on my screen. I've got fat fingers.
I'm sure that Alan Cummings was number 22. So
yeah, I think he was. And then for the last one, we got the hangar doors opened again.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. came over, put
Sat
down the RDJ chair, sat in the chair, turned around, looked at the camera and went, shh, done. Avengers Doomsday now in production.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I don't get it.
No, I don't get it.
Yeah, I get it. I get it, but I don't get, right, that, it could be. That could be it. That could be the cast for Doomsday.
Yeah.
We might not get Tom Holland. We might not get Chris Pratt. Doesn't mean we won't get him in Secret Wars, but that might be the cast for Doomsday.
Yeah.
But then
I'm trying to think of how they'd work it.
It feels like a really cheap, really quick Avengers versus X-Men.
Well, that's what I'm worried about now.
I don't want it to be a really cheap crap
No.
Avengers versus X-Men.
But the
I don't want it to be the
characters that are going to be together do not make sense.
No, I know.
Because I feel like they're missing too much.
Okay, right. I reckon I can get this now. Right. One of two things. Okay, right. Either either this is Doom's group of bad variants,
Right.
a big group of bad variants,
Right.
but I don't think that makes sense with Sebastian Stan and Paul
Yeah.
Rudd and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff. Alternatively, it's going to be Battle World set,
Yeah.
and he's going to basically just do 3 teams. He's going to do 616 Avengers versus the Fantastic Four versus the Fox X-Men.
Right. So,
And that's what Doomsday is going to be.
So,
But how can you have Doomsday
No,
with RDJ
exactly.
again without Tom Holland?
yeah, well, that's what I mean. Like that.
And
that's
where
what
does
makes-
Hiddleston fall into this?
Exactly. So I'm thinking, are we getting Doomsday
Mm.
where it's kind of like an apocalyptic? They're finding out that people are disappearing, and that's why we're not seeing them in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's these guys coming together, going, "So and so's gone. So and so's gone. We need to team up whoever's left."
Yeah, but
And then
the Fox X-Men aren't from this
no,
universe.
I know, but I only think that's going to be the beginning of the movie. And then I think it's going to they're pulled into another world
Okay.
with Fox's X-Men
Right.
and Fantastic Four. And then I think they're going to be told that they are battling. And then we're going to get Tom Holland. We're going to get, Mark Ruffalo. I think we're going to find out that they're fighting the people who aren't in the film.
Oh, okay.
And I think that's what it might be.
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I think that's
Do you reckon what we've just had though is a full announcement of everyone that's going to be in it?
No.
Or do you think it's literally just to
think,
pull us in a bit?
No, I don't think it's just to pull us in a bit. I think they're going to be the main players.
Yeah.
I really do think they're going to be the main. I think they're going to be the big players. Which and I could see. I could actually see it. I could see that. I could see that the Thunderbolts could dead easily be Sam's new team of Avengers. Who else is there?
Do you think Loki's central to this? Do you think Loki knows that this is coming and is going to other places? Because we've
got the Thunderbolts.
Because he's got TVA stuff. Is he going to go and collect people to bring them for help?
I don't know.
Because of the superheroes going missing?
No, if I'm dead honest, I think it's going to be Avengers versus X-Men.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'll be a bit disappointed with that.
I'll be disappointed with that. I'm just doing the teams. I'm going the Thunderbolts, basically the new Avengers. We've said this. Anthony Mackie is leading that team of Avengers. That's it. He's leading that group. And I can see him just having that group, which is basically the Thunderbolts,
so
plus Paul Rudd,
yeah,
plus Black Panther and M'Baku. Thor comes along
why
as
Namor?
well.
Namor. Sorry.
Because they were kind of a truce at the end of Black Panther 2. He bowed down to Shuri, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I can see that being a team. I can't even see it being 3 teams. I can see that being a team, and then I can see the other team being the Fantastic Four, chucked together by Doctor Doom.
So where does Thor and Loki come into it?
Thor could be in the 616 team.
Do you think?
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Paul Rudd on his own sounds weird though as well.
No, because Paul Rudd and Ant-Man and
The Wasp.
well, yeah, where is she?
Exactly, that's what I mean.
No, Ant-Man and freaking hell, Anthony Mackie, Sam. They're like pals, aren't they? Ish.
Yeah, but still, it's not making sense.
But I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me either. But I kind of hate
I'm baffled.
that. I kind of hate it and I kind of love it at the same time because I've got no idea where it's going.
Yeah.
But I'll be very disappointed if it's just. I mean, they could do it really well. But I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this Avengers versus X-Men. I want the new X-Men. I don't know. It's cool though. Ian McKellen, James Marsden. It just feels like. Is it just right? I feel like.
But then to have them and not have Hugh Jackman announced and Famke, like, there's so many of them that to then not have the remaining couple seems weird.
I feel like if you're gonna have,
or do we find out they've been separated and we'll get your Halle Berry, your Famke in Secret Wars? Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Ashmore.
Yeah.
Anna Paquin. You
Yeah.
said
Hugh Jackman.
I can get why Hugh Jackman's not there though. I kind of get maybe
They could get away with Hugh Jackman because he's not in his right timeline, is he? Did he go back to his right timeline?
he's not. Doesn't necessarily have to be from that timeline though, does it? It could be any.
Oh, we could get the comic accurate tiny one.
We could do. I'm gonna. This is Kelsey Grammer as well.
Yeah.
How do you get Kelsey Grammer in there without Monica?
I don't know.
Because she's in that timeline.
Yeah.
And Maria.
Yeah.
Because I was going to, are they all the X-Men from that universe?
Yeah.
And that's how these guys are going to come together. All right. I feel like if... and Shang-Chi?
Yeah.
I think, and this is... Yeah, people might not like this.
But Wong's not been announced.
I know, all strange. People might not like this, but if James Marsden and Alan Cumming and Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen and Rebecca Romijn, is there anybody else? Is that us?
Did you say
and Channing Tatum.
And Channing Tatum, yeah.
If they are big players in the movie,
yeah,
I just feel like it's going to feel cheap.
Hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to feel cheap if they are big players in the movie.
Yeah.
When it was going through this, I was like, oh, we're going to get 60 people and they'll be in there for 5 minutes.
I was really surprised at that. That felt like an abrupt ending.
Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart are fantastic.
Yeah.
But I don't feel like, from my expectations, I want them to be big players in the movie.
Yeah.
They should be there for like a bit.
Yeah.
Like how long he was in. I know we said Doctor Strange, the Illuminati weren't in it enough, but I don't know. I don't know what I want. I'm struggling. I don't know.
I'm okay with them being big players if it is an Avengers type of movie.
Yeah.
So it's balanced with there being a lot of everybody else as well.
I know.
If it just focused on them, I'd be a little bit like...
I don't want a 50-50 movie with them 50% of the time and the Avengers team the other 50% of the time.
No.
It's not what I want. Quickly, before we wrap up, before this news came out, basically the internet was just predicting what it's going to be. So we asked a couple of listeners as well. So we had Christoph34710 said he thought it might be a Doomsday trailer. You're not far off. Like,
no, not a million miles away.
Kind of. Not the sort of trailer you want, but kind of. Beer and Loathing in Knox Vegas said X-Men release date and casting.
Again, not far off.
Pretty much by the looks of it. And then Sleepy Dad said it's going to basically be a complete reboot after this phase.
There's still that potential.
I think that's probably... I think you're all a little bit right.
Yeah.
Kind of. To a degree. I don't know how to feel about it. I started off, before this news came out, thinking... this is going to be nothing major. No way is it going to be as big as Robert Downey Jr. getting announced as Doom. It's just not going to be. If any news comes at all.
Yeah.
And the more names got released,
the
more the hype's built up in my head.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's gone. I'm still excited, but I don't know. I honestly just don't know what to think. I need to sleep on it. Let us know what you think. So Twitter, Facebook. Are we on Facebook?
We are on Facebook.
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Threads are on there. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you're excited, more excited, less excited, or just if you don't care, to be perfectly honest. Other than that, that's us for this week.
Yeah.
So what do we normally say at this point, Anthony?
Goodbye.
Do the wrap up. No, we tell them about socials and stuff like that. We're on socials. We're at Heroes and Hype everywhere. I've just said basically.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. If you watch on YouTube, make sure you are liking and subscribing. And if you're listening on Apple or Spotify, sorry for the absolute shambles and the moments of silence while we watch YouTube. But it is what it is, isn't it? Make sure you like and follow us on there as well. Other than that, guys, we'll be back next week for Daredevil episode 7.
Yes.
See you later, guys.
Cheers, guys. Bye-bye.